The rain has gone away here in Adrian, Michigan. The location is Siena Heights University Baseball Field for Game 2 in this matchup between the Grand Lake Mariners and the Irish Hill Leprechauns. Hello, I'm Donovan Mann, the voice of the Grand Lake Mariners, ready to bring you more play-by-play baseball for game number 10 of the year. Last night, the first game was a gem for the Mariners. They record the record now 5-4 for them. They scored 15 runs on 12 hits while holding their baffled opponents to just 3 runs. It's a new day, and the Mariners will be looking to extend this win streak to 4 games in a row, including their second game on the road. They are currently sitting at 1-4 on the road. Leprechauns 3-8 on the year is in the midst of a 3-game losing skid now. They'll be looking to find their way back into the win column and avoid falling into an even deeper hole. The season is still young. Both teams still feeling it out for what their identity might be. However, these early games can make all the difference, in today's matchup should promise us to be another great one here in the Irish Hills of Michigan. We have Mariners, we have Leprechauns, and here are your starting lineups. First, we'll go for the Mariners here on the road. Mariners say leading off will be Blake Crossing. He led off again yesterday. Evan Spry will be batting second. He'll be playing first base. Chris Myers playing shortstop, batting third. Cleanup will be Jake McCall, the designated hitter. Joshua Riggs, the right fielder, will be batting after that. Justin Diaz, second baseman, will be batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Hayden Cart, the center fielder. R.J. Williams, getting his first start of the year, will be in left field, batting eighth, and then batting ninth, the catcher, Tyson Hayes. It's a cloudy one here in Salina, Ohio, as Mitch Shedlowski, a right-hander, will be starting for the Leprechauns on the mound here today. Leprechauns now take their defensive positions. So a little bit here on Shedlowski. Shedlowski is 1-0 on the year, has 6 innings pitched, a 10.5 ERA. He's got 1 start. This will be his second start on the year. He's a righty again from Waterford, Michigan. He attends Albion College. He'll be a junior this coming season. College, he had 11 appearances with 10 starts, 4-3 in 51 innings pitched, with a 5.47 ERA, and he also punched out 40 batters. The Leprechauns today are in their alternative camouflage uniforms. They're about gray and white with white pants and green socks. Road blues here for the Mariners today. They'll have their green lettering, white trim, and gray pants on. Let's get you your weather here before we get going here, as the warm-up pitches are going on right now. As soon as the weather loads. All right, it's a cool one right now here in Adrian, Michigan. 66 degrees. It is very cloudy with an 87% humidity, a breeze coming out of the northeast. Rain should stay away here for the rest of the day, but just a bunch of clouds, so nothing here to fear. Reminder that the leadoff hitter for your Mariners will be Blake Crossing. Yesterday, Crossing appeared at the plate a total of 6 times. He had 2 hits. He also reached on an error which allowed 2 runs to score in the 5th. Blake Crossing now steps in, playing third base today. He played shortstop yesterday. For Blake Crossing entering the day here, wearing number 10, of course, he's hitting .267, as here comes the delivery from Shedlowski. This will be low and inside, ball 1, 1-0. Shedlowski, of course, trying to improve on his ERA with that 10.50. Struck out 7 and walked 2 previously on the year. Here comes the delivery. This will be outside. Nope, it'll catch the plate there. 1-1 now the count. For Crossing, hitting .267 with a .389 on base percentage. Here comes the 1-1, cut on and missed there by Crossing, is a little bit low. 1-2 now the count. Crossing in the hole. 1 extra base hit for Crossing, 6 RBIs, a stolen base, also has committed an error. He attends Dartmouth College, where he's a junior biochemistry major. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. This will be cut on and missed there by Crossing. He'll go down swinging. And already Leprechauns off to a better start than they were yesterday. Allowing a leadoff single. That'll bring up Evan Spry, batting second in the lineup, playing first baseman here today. Evan Spry, wearing number 42 on the season, batting .333 with a .429 on base percentage. 3 RBIs to his name as well with 4 stolen bases. Here comes the first deliver to him. It'll be outside, ball 1. Of course, Spry batting left. Thank you for joining me here today, Mariners baseball. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This will be right on the outside of the plate there. 1-1 now the count. For Spry at Creighton, he had 12 appearances with 5 starts, hitting .238. Here comes the 1-1 foul, tipped back there by Spry. It'll be 1-2 now. .238 batting average there at Creighton. The Blue Jays, 5 RBIs, 1 home run. His high school was Janesville Craig High. He was from Janesville, Wisconsin. He had 4 letters at Janesville High. Janesville Craig with a hitting .407 as here comes the 1-2. This will be outside and high, ball 2. 2-2 now the count here to Spry, who did not appear in the previous game. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. This will be high, ball 3, and the count is full. Mariners yesterday, again, they led off with a couple of singles. Then they led off with a couple of singles, then a walk, a sacrifice fly RBI, followed by another sacrifice RBI, and then an RBI single. This is cut on and missed here by Spry. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the first inning. So polar opposite start here for the Mariners. They've struck out swinging twice with 2 away. That'll bring up Chris Myers playing shortstop. Yesterday, Chris Myers played third base. He also batted the 3-hole. He walked in his initial inning with a stolen base. Then he popped out a couple times, had an RBI sacrifice fly as the pitch to Myers misses inside, ball 1, 1-0. Struck out and then walked again. So in a total of 6 appearances. 1-0 misses outside, ball 2, 2-0 now the count. He went 0 for 3 as this one cracks off the bat, popping high into center field, and Pilot will get under it and make the catch. So the Mariners will go in order here on the F8 there. We will now head to the bottom of the first inning. The score tied at 0. We'll talk about the starting lineup for the Irish Hill Leprechauns and our starting pitcher on the mound for the Mariners. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. So your starting lineup for the home team, the Leprechauns. It is Preston Pilot in center field batting first. Joshua Parks, the right fielder, batting second. In the 3-hole will be Max Mahone. That's with 2 X's, by the way. The designated hitter, Tommy Pellis, the third baseman, batting cleanup. Ryan Guckin, the left fielder. In left batting fifth, batting sixth will be Adam Furness, the first baseman. A couple of errors on him on one play yesterday. Nick Neibauer, the catcher, will be batting seventh. Batting eighth will be Zach Freeling. And then Tommy Toll will be batting in the 9-hole, playing second base. Your starting pitcher for the Mariners today will be left-hander Josh Courier. Courier is 0 for 1 on the year with a .981 ERA from Mokena, Illinois. Valparaiso is where he goes. He has 3 2/3 inning under his belt in his first one and only start back in Gallion as part of a doubleheader. He lost in that one, I already mentioned. He attends Valparaiso. For Valparaiso, he had 5 games with 2 starts, 8 innings pitched, a 10-12 ERA, and 0-1 record. Previously, before that, he attended Lincoln Way Central High. So stepping in now here to face Courier for the first time today will be Preston Pilot, the center fielder. For Pilot yesterday, he was 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 7th. This one will be catching the outside of the plate there on the low corner. Strike 1, 0-1 the count here now to Preston Pilot. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. This will be swung on, and it will get right through the gap, and it'll be down for a single. So Preston Pilot will get his first hit of the series to lead off here the bottom of the first. It'll be Joshua Parks, the right fielder. Parks yesterday appeared in right field as well. He was 1 for 4 yesterday with a double in the 7th. Check back to first, and now the delivery. This will be a check swing. It'll be a little bit low. He holds up. 1-0 now the count with a runner on first and Preston Pilot. For Parks, by the way, he is 269 on the year with a 400 on-base percentage, 5 extra base hits, 3 RBIs, a couple stolen bases. Throw back to first. Pilot will get back in sliding. Again, the field here is artificial in the infield, except for the mound. The mound is made out of red clay, and the outfield is natural. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. Runner goes. Throw by Hayes. It'll be in time, and caught stealing will be Pilot. A great play there by Tyson Hayes to throw that one over. The count 1-1 now, as that was called a strike. But Tyson Hayes with an on-time throw to the second baseman, Justin Diaz. Actually, I believe it was shortstop Chris Myers, as the 1-1 is in there for a strike, 1-2. And so, leadoff single here erased. 1-2. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. This will be a check swing. He'll head up as it gets outside of the zone. 2-2 now the count. They say he held up. So now the count runs to 2-2. Also for Parks on the year with those 2 stolen bases, has committed an error. He's from Chicago. Actually, he attends Chicago. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. Cut on and miss there. Parks will go down swinging there, now 2 away. That'll bring up Max Mahone, the designated hitter. Yesterday, he was 0 for 3. He was 0 for 3 with a walk in the 7th. He also came around to score with 2 away, though, and now favorable count here for Courier. He will deliver. This will be cut back and towards the first base dugout. Hit the protective fencing there and then bounced back towards the line, and so one of the players for the Mariners will run out and go gather that ball. As the 0-1 is delivered, it's gathered. Courier will look in. It gets his sign. He will deliver to Mahone on the 0-1. This will be a little bit low. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. For Mahone, batting .366 with a .472 on base percentage, 3 home runs, leads the team with 13 RBIs as well. From Pikeville, Kentucky. Here comes the delivery to him. This will be swung, hit high into right field, cutting foul, and then heading over is Joshua Riggs to catch that play. It may or may not have been foul. It looked like it might have been right on the line, but does not matter, as 3 up. Runner does reach on a hit, but he was caught stealing. No runs scored, no errors, no men left on base. We will now head to the top of the second. Shedklowski will come out for his second inning of work to face Jake McCall, Joshua Riggs, and Justin Diaz. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. I'll be right back. Welcome back out here to the Siena Heights University baseball field here. Mariners will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. It'll be Jake McCall, designated hitter first. McCall yesterday played first base. He had an RBI single and an RBI double to his name. as well as reached on an RBI, also recorded an RBI single, but reached on the error. Officially yesterday, he was 2 for 3 with a walk in the 7th as well. Here comes the first pitch. It'll catch the outside of the zone on the low part in the corner. 0-1 now the count. For McCall on the season. Check swing here, low and in the turf, 1-1. McCall, 235 average on the season, 409 on base percentage, 6 RBIs to his name, also with including a double. Here comes the 1-0. This will be chopped foul towards his own dugout on the first base side. 1-2 now the count. McCall, left-handed batter, doing the DHing. He plays first base when he's on the field. Here comes the 1-2. This will be cut on and missed there by McCall, so strike 3. Wow, Shedlowski with a very quick 3 strikeouts here after yesterday. And all, only 4 strikeouts were recorded by Leprechauns pitching. Riggs batting right-handed against the right-handed Shedlowski. Here comes the first pitch to him. This will catch the outside high corner. 0-1 now the count. For Riggs on the season as a batter, he's 333 with a 500 on base percentage, 5 RBIs to him. This will be inside, ball 1. Trying to frame it there was the catcher Nybauer, unable to do so. 1-1. Riggs was in left field yesterday, had an RBI single in the first inning. As the 1-1 is delivered to him, this will be inside, low. They'll call it a strike. Strike zone being very wide here in the early goings of this one. Riggs on the day was 2 for 5 as the 1-2 pitch is fouled on, popped back. 1-2 the count remains. 2 for 5 yesterday was Riggs with a couple of RBIs to his name, 1 on a single, 1 on a double. He also walked with a stolen base in the 6th. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, hits right though to the shortstop, gathering his Freeling. He'll throw it over to first for the 6-3 assisted ground out there. Now 2 away in the inning. Justin Diaz, second baseman, did not play yesterday. Diaz on the season is hitting .364 with a home run. The home run came on his very first hit of the season against the St. Clair Green Giants back on Sunday. He rocketed that one into right field and never looked back as he rounded the bases, got his first RBI on that one as well. He has 2 RBIs on the year. This will be outside low, ball 1, 1-0 the count. For Diaz, he's from Chicago, Illinois, attends Illinois State. This is cut on and missed. 1-1 now the count here to Diaz. Illinois State, he is from Chicago, Illinois, attends Illinois State. Criminal justice majors there, did not appear for Illinois State. As we hold up, and now here comes the 1-1 delivery to Diaz. This will be outside, maybe a little bit high. Ball 1, ball 2, 2-1 now the count. 2 outs, nobody on, no score. 1 hit for the Leprechauns, no hits for the Mariners. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. This will be check swing. They'll appeal. He says he did not go 3-1 on the first base line, and so 3-1 we will go again with 2 outs, nobody on, no score. Diaz, of course, didn't play a lot in the first few games, but he is hitting a .336 as strike 1 catches the high part of the zone there. 3-2 is full for the count. Diaz, he attended Lakeview High School, hitting .500 as a senior in All City. Payoff pitch here by Shedlowski. It'll be popped back behind the first base dugout. 3-2 the count remains. Diaz trying to get something going here. The Mariners have not had a base runner yet today. 3-2 delivery. This will be swung on and missed. The 4th strikeout for the day for Shedlowski. Mariners being very aggressive, but they're not getting the barrel of the bat to the ball yet. So the Mariners will go down in order for the 2nd inning of work. It's a little bit harder here today, as Josh Courier, the left-hander, will come out for his 2nd inning of work, doing the face-up the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in Tommy Pellis, Ryan Guckin, and Adam Furness. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch the space board, close out your window, do anything. I'll be right back here on YouTube. Mariners baseball here live. Donovan Mann, the voice of the Mariners for the summer of 2018. It is Tommy Pellis, Ryan Guckey, and Adam Furness due up here for the Mariners. Or for the Leprechauns, it'll be Josh Courier returning to the mound. He gave up a hit, but caught Pilot stealing. So Tommy Pellis, now third baseman, will look at his first pitch. This is high. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. Mariners trying to win their 4th game in a row, their 2nd game on the road, their 2nd victory on the road. Try to advance to 2-4. This one's going to be tapped back to Courier, who fumbles it and not able to get a play. I've got to imagine that would be ruled an error. So an E1 issue there to Pellis, or issued there to Courier, as Pellis will reach safely on the bobble there. This will bring up Ryan Gucken. Left fielder, he's normally a catcher, though, for this team. .333 is his batting average on the season with a .375 on-base percentage. He attends LaSalle. He had 43 appearances with 40 starts at LaSalle, hitting .254 with 21 RBIs. Here comes the check back to first. And Pellis, here comes the delivery, catching the outside corner there on the low part. 0-1 now the count. Gucken did not play yesterday. Here comes the 0-1. 1-1 now the count. Gucken batting right, of course. Hasn't played left field or any outfield here. He's normally a catcher, but I guess they decided they wanted his bat. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. Cut on, swung on well, deep to center. Going high, back, and Cart will make the catch to get the first out. That'll be an F8. And Pellis will now scamper back over to first. And Adam Furness, the first baseman, again mentioned, he had 2 errors on 1 play in the previous game. He had a fielding error that allowed R.J. Williams to reach first safely. And then on a throw to the pitcher there, he threw it past the pitcher for a throwing error and allowed R.J. Williams to go from first to second. So Furness now stepping in. He was 0 for 3 yesterday. And now the pitch hits him. And so Adam Furness will go take his base. And there are 1 man on first, man on second with 1 out. Bring up Nick Neibauer, the catcher for the day, a Bowling Green State University man. He's from Farmington Hills, Michigan, hitting .167 on the season with a .444 on-base percentage and RBI to his name as well. At Bowling Green State University this past season, he had 40 appearances with 23 starts, hitting .188 with 7 RBIs and a .309 on-base percentage. He's from he attended Detroit County Day High before Bowling Green State University. Neibauer did not have appearance yesterday. Peterson was the starting catcher. Courier will looking for his sign here to Neibauer, wearing number 11, batting left. Here will come the deliver to him. This will be swung on, popped back. 0-1 now the count here to Neibauer. Neibauer, again, being an attendee of Bowling Green State University, broadcasting some of their games, he played pretty solid whenever I saw him. Had a couple pinch hit situations when I called his games. Remember, he's very solid at the plate. He'll take his walks. Here comes the 0-1. This will be swung on and popped back. Of course, as I say that, he's being aggressive at the plate. Talk about his patience. How he's being aggressive at the plate. 0-2 now the count here quickly after a couple of pop backs out of play. So 0-2 the count here. No score. 1 out. Man on second is Gucken, who reached on an E1, and Adam Furness, who was hit by a pitch. 0-2. Check back to second. Double take. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Strike 3 called. Nice move there, movement on the pitch. It looked like it was going to be just a little bit outside, but it curved back in at the last moment. First strike, second strikeout of the day here, and there are now 2 away. That'll bring up Zach Freeling, the shortstop. Did not appear, actually had 1 appearance yesterday. Defensively, he'll bat right-handed. Freeling, 0.43 is his batting average. That is 0.34. Takes first pitch there, a little bit inside. Ball 1, 1-0 now the count. .233 on-base percentage for him, though, with an RBI. He has a couple of errors as well. He attends St. Louis. He's from Palos Heights, Illinois. For his college this past season, had 16 appearances. Here's the delivery. Cut on and missed there by Freeling. 1-1 now the count. 2 starts for Freeling, 16 appearances, hitting .133 with a .350 on-base percentage. For his high school, which was Chicago Christian, he hit .345 with 29 RBIs and 12 stolen bases. His name. This one's 1-1. Popped, drops into right field. They're waving home here now. Pellis, he will round a throw. He will score, and so the Leprechauns will take a lead here at the bottom of the second on the RBI single there for Zach Freeling. The Leprechauns take their first lead of the series. Furness will now go over to third. There are runners at the corners. Nobody up in the bullpen yet for the Mariners. Courier had a shaky start to his last game. He eventually did find it. Tommy Toll, second baseman, will now be the sixth batter to face here. Now here to face Courier, second hit of the year, by the way, for Zach Freeling. Check back to first into the delivery here. This will be fouled back into the protective netting here. 0-1. Toll yesterday was batting in the 8th spot. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. However, he reached on a strikeout wild pitch in the 7th inning. So on the 0-1, check back here to first in the delivery. Courier, this one is down into the turf, blocked there nicely by Hayes. 1-1 now with 2 outs. The 1-0 lead for the Leprechauns here, as we are only in the bottom of the second. Mariners trying to win their 4th game in a row. A little bit too early here to be talking results in this one, as it's just underway. Here comes ball 1, catching the inside part of the plate there. Low corner, 1-2 now the count here to Toll. 1-2 the count. Courier will look in. Check back, the 1-2 delivery, runner goes. The runner is outside. Hayes smartly does not throw because a great jump there by Freeling. And if he had thrown, it wouldn't have gotten Freeling, and it would have allowed the runner to score from third potentially. So 2-2 now the count here. Toll will wait. Here comes the delivery. This one will be swung on into shallow right field, and Riggs will make the catch to end the inning, but not before 1 run scores on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 men left on base. You are listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. They trail 1-0 in the Irish Hills against the Leprechauns. We will head to the top of the third. Due up will be Hayden Cart, R.J. Williams, and Tyson Hayes, the bottom third of the order. They'll go up against Mitch Sedlowski in his 3rd inning of work. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball here on YouTube. I'll be right back. Joe Sedlowski will step back out for his 3rd inning of work as we head to the top of the 3rd. Mariners 7, 8, 9 hitters due up here. Hayden Cart, center fielder. R.J. Williams, left fielder. Tyson Hayes, center. Sedlowski gets his warm-up pitches in, and this will now bring up, of course, Hayden Cart. Played a lot of time actually in left field, but they're going to put him in center field here to give Ryan Stacy the day off, who normally plays center fielder. Hayden Cart batting right, wearing number 44 from Grove City, Ohio. Charleston, sophomore, sport business major, Grove City High. 231 on the year with a 231 on-base percentage. Extra base hit, stolen base, as he will now step in to the right-hander's batter box. Cart with 42 appearances for Charleston, 34 starts, 336 on bat, as this one misses outside on the first pitch, 1-0 the count. 32 RBIs in college with 6 home runs and 6 doubles. Here comes the 1-1 delivery, cut on, tapped back to the backstop there by Cart. The count now goes to 1-1. Tell you what, a great tempo, like a very, very fast tempo played here by Sedlowski. He steps on quickly. He'll look into Nybauer, get his sign. He will set, nod, and here comes the delivery on the 1-1. This will be a high ball, too. 2-1 now the count. 1-0 the score here as the home team Leprechauns lead after getting 1 run scored in the second. We'll get you some updates from the score around the league here in a second as the 2-1 is popped up. Foul territory towards the back. Neibauer going back, makes the catch, and there's one away. Mariners did not bring their super hitting lineup here today. A lot of their better hitters, or better start-off hitters, Ryan Stacy, Logan Adams, to name a few, also are sitting out today. Jaron Lovely is also sitting out. So some of their hotter bats at the moment as R.J. Williams will swing at it. Second baseman running over, throws it over to first base very quickly. There are 2 away. That was told to Furness, 4-3. 2 away now here with minimal pitches thrown. Tyson Hayes, the catcher, bottom of the order, coming up now. Of course, you want to get guys their playing time here in the Summer League. That's all what it's about. They do have hitting in this lineup with Evan Spry, of course, Chris Myers also, Joshua Riggs swinging the bat well. Shedlowski's first one catches the high part of the zone there. 0-1 the count. There's not anybody batting really bad on the Mariners lineup. Some guys have hotter bats at the moment than the others as the 0-1 is delivered here. Catching, nope, missing the outside of the plate. 0-1 now the count on ball 1. Updates here from around the Great Lakes Summer League. The Muskegon Clippers, 11-8, they beat the Richmond Jazz as this one catches the outside corner there, 1-2. 4 strikeouts already here for Shedlowski on the day, and he's having a very solid outing through the first 2 and 2/3 innings, as here comes the 1-2 delivery from Shedlowski. This one will be popped high, just barely into shallow right field. Second baseman told will come over, make the catch. And so 9 up, 9 down for the Mariners to begin this game as they trail 1-0 to the Irish Hill Leprechauns. We will now head to the bottom of the 3rd. Due up for the Leprechauns, it'll be Preston Pilot, Joshua Parks, and Max Mahone to face Josh Courier. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that space bar and close out your window. I'll be right back. Josh Courier getting his last couple of warm-up pitches here. He'll be facing the top of the lineup for the Leprechauns. Preston Pilot, Joshua Parks, and Max Mahone due up, the 1-2-3 hitters. Thank you for tuning in to Mariners Baseball. It's Donovan Mann, your voice for the Mariners for the summer of 2018. Mariners trailing 1-0 here as we are in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Thank you all for listening. Updates from scores around the league. I already mentioned Muskegon Clippers, 11-8 on the road against the Richmond Jazz. Other games getting ready to start up here soon. We do have a delayed rain game between the Lake Erie Monarchs and Lima Locos in Lima, Ohio. That's already part of a doubleheader. They've got a second game at around 8:35. Both games will go 7 innings. Check in here by Courier, left-handed batter, and Pilot. Here comes the delivery. This will miss inside, ball 1. 1-0 now the count. 1 for 1 on the day but he was caught stealing to begin the 1st inning off of a strike throw by Hayes, and this one will miss now high by Courier. 2-0. Mariners also recorded an error by the starting pitcher who fumbled a easy routine play to first base. Here comes the 2-0. Fouled back, and now the count goes to 2-1. By the way, that error did not result in the run, but Tommy Pellis, who was the runner, scored. Reached via that error, so if that error had not been occurred, there would have been 2 away. There would have been 2 away as that came up, so that error right now really that error hurting right now for Courier, who's now down in the hole 3-1 as that one misses high. The high heat not working right now for Courier. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. Popped towards the first base dugout. 3-2, the count fills up. Get you some updates from scores around the majors here in just a little bit. As Courier will step on, the left-handed thrower through to Preston Pilot, left-handed batter. Check in, and here comes the 3-2. This one will be hit into center field. Running in, cannot make a catch, will be Cart. So that'll be the back-to-back leadoff singles for two for Preston Pilot. Maybe they'll catch him stealing again as Parks swung himself into the dugout, strikeout in the first inning. The Indians beat the White Sox 12-0 earlier today. Mariners and Yankees tied. Of course, that's the Seattle Mariners tied with the Yankees in New York. Throwback here to first. Pilot will dive in there safely. No pitch. They will head to the top of the second. Mariners and Yankees tied. Phillies beats the St. Louis Cardinals 4-3. The Cubs beat the Dodgers at home 4-0. This one will be right to Diaz. Throws it over to second, and there will be no play at first. So a 4-6 fielder's choice there. And so 0 for 2 on the day will be Parks as Max Mahone will step in. 0 for 1 on the day with a fly out to right his previous at-bat. Again, probably the best power hitter for this team. Also has 13 RBIs. Takes his bases. Twins will be playing against the White Sox at home. Astros and Tampa Bay Rays will be playing later today. And the Rockies and the Mets will play also in Colorado. This will be a low ball 1. 1-0 now the count. College World Series update and a double elimination game. Arkansas will advance with a 7-4 win over Texas Tech. Later on today, North Carolina and Oregon State will be playing around 8 o'clock. That one will start. 1-0 delivery here from Courier. This one will be low and in the turf. Hayes blocks it up nicely to keep him in front of him. The count now at 2-0. Here in the third inning of work for Courier. We are in the bottom of the third. 1-0 the score with 1 out. Man on first in Josh Parks, who grounded into a fielder's choice. Check back, throw to first. They'll catch him in the rundown as Diaz will now put this one up, sliding. And was he safe? Justin Diaz's foot was in front of the bat, but they will call him safe. So I guess a stolen base there for Parks. I guess the umpire felt like he may have owed the Leprechauns for a close play yesterday. They'll give him this close play. Looked like they might have been able to catch him in the rundown, but the throw was a little bit high to Diaz. So granting him second base will be the umpire. Runner in scoring position for Mahone. 2-0 the count to him from Courier. Here comes the 2-0 delivery. This will be low, 3-0, and now forced to throw a strike here to a dangerous Mahone will be Courier, or perhaps they'll just give him a base. 3-0, Courier will look in. Here comes the delivery. This will be catching the inside part of the plate, 3-1. You don't want to give this guy a nice meatball right down the plate, because he will knock it out if given the chance. Again, 13 RBIs. He'll get a good swing on it as Courier will gather. Check back to second on the 3-1. He will deliver. This will be popped high and well out of play past the first base dugout. So 3-2 the count now as it is filled up. Courier with a chance here to get Mahone. Mahone wearing number 20, batting right against the left-handed pitcher and Courier. Check back to second here as here comes the payoff pitch. This will be swung on and missed. Down goes swinging will be Mahone. He'll be 0 for 2 on the day to bring up Tommy Pellis, who reached on an error back to start off the second. Officially 0 for 0 on the day. That was an error by Courier, who could not handle a very weakly tapped ball to him. Otherwise, he would have been tossed out to begin the second inning, and we might be looking at a 0-0 score here as there are now 2 outs. Runner on second in Parks. Here comes the delivery to him. This will be high, ball 1. 1-0 the count now here. Tommy Pellis entered the day. 471. His batting average. Pellis, of course, tends the University of Pennsylvania, just pin to most people. Sophomore there. This one will be hit right to third baseman, crossing. Throw it over to first. Making the catch to Spry on the 5-3 assisted ground out. That will retire the side here. There are no runs on the one hit, no errors, and the one man left on base. Still a 1-0 score as we now head to the top of the fourth. Mariners will be looking to try to get some scoring going here for Blake Crossing, Evan Spry, and Chris Myers. The top of the order due up. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball here on YouTube. I'll be right back. Back out here, Blake Crossing, Evan Spry, and Chris Myers due up. The top of the order here in the top of the fourth inning as Mitch Shadlowski will step back out, the righty. Having a very, very, very efficient day. There have been 9 up and 9 down. Mariners have yet to get a base runner. Already 4 strikeouts here for Shadlowski, including the first one of the day was Blake Crossing 0 for 1 with that strikeout swinging back in the first. Of course, against a righty, the switch hitter will be batting left. Here comes the bunt from the Dartmouth man, but it'll be popped foul. It'll pop back and behind the plate. So 0-1 now the count here. Thank you for listening. I'm Donovan Mann, the voice of the Mariners. Crossing does have a lot of speed, and he's made this bunt work before, but now he will be swinging. On the 0-1, he will pop this one out of play towards the third base side. So 0-2 now the count here, quickly to Crossing. Back in that leadoff spot after being removed there for 3 games. He was back there yesterday. Here comes the 0-2 delivery to him. Swung on and missed. Second time, Crossing will go down swinging. That'll be the 5th strikeout here for Courier as Evan Spry, who was the second strikeout victim at first base now. First baseman will step in 0 for 1 for Spry. Janesville, Wisconsin native Creighton was hitting 3 for 33. Strike 1 catches the outside corner there, 0-1. Here comes the delivery on the 0-1. This will be inside, ball 1, 1-1 now the count. The 1 run coming in the bottom of the second after the runner who scored reached on the error. That one was in the opposite hander's batter's box. Of course, the left-handed batting Evan Spry, so it'll be the right-hander's batter's box. This one will be low. 3-1 now the count here, quickly to Spry. Spry a chance to be the first base runner now for the Mariners in this game, trying to draw a walk here with a 3-1 count. If he gets something to hit, he sure will hit it. As this one's delivered, this one he did get something to hit, but he pops it out of play, didn't get the entire barrel of the bat to it. So now the count is full and a chance here now for Shadlowski. 3-2 the count, 1 out, nobody on, 1-0 to score. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit well into left center field. It will get down for, looks like, extra bases as Spry rounds first and heads to second. Couldn't get it up on the warning track back there, but they will hold Spry to a double. The first hit of the day for the Mariners with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Mariners with their first base runner as well as Chris Myers, 0 for 1 on the day. Oh, it was a great swing there by Spry just to get that one deep into center left. With a little bit more carry, that one could have gone the distance and tied the game up. But now with him in scoring position, Chris Myers will now step in, left-handed batter, 0 for 1 on the day. Shortstop today, he played third base yesterday. This one is high and outside, ball 1. course, yesterday Chris Myers had that sacrifice RBI back in the 6th, walked twice. Officially, he was 0 for 3 on the day yesterday, though. On the 1-0 count delivered, this will be high outside, missing. Ball 2, 2-0 now the count. Spry hitting 333 coming in today with a 450 on-base percentage. 9 RBIs to his name, a chance here with a good hit as this one catches the low part of the plate there. 2-1. Only one away, 1-0 to score in the top of the 4th. Evan Spry on second base here with Chris Myers in the left-handed batter box trying to drive him in. Check, here comes the delivery. 2-1, cut on and miss there by Myers. Now the count evens up at 2-2. Shedlowski struck out crossing to begin this inning. Evan Spry got the double deep to left center. And now the 2-2 is gathered here by Shedlowski. Looks, sets, delivers. This will be swung on, tapped down the first base line, but they will rule it foul. So the count will remain at 2-2. That one just didn't get past the bag. And making a diving play on it was their first baseman, Adam Furness, just couldn't get to it. So Sedlowski will set to do it again, standing on the red clay that makes up the mound here from Siena Heights University's baseball field. 2-2 the count here to Chris Myers. Here comes the delivery. This will be outside in the opposite hand, in the opposite batter's box. This is the second time in this at-bat that a ball has missed well outside, and Nybauer's had to make a great grab for it. So the count now 3-2 with 1 out, runner on second. Sedlowski looks in for his payoff pitch sign. He will agree with the second pitch he sees. Check back to second here at Spry. Here comes the payoff. This one will be swung on, popped back towards the third base side, and out of play. Count remains at 3-2 with 1 out. 1 on. 3 hits for the home team Leprechauns here today. Only 1 for the Mariners. Mariners also have committed the only error in this game so far by the starting pitcher, Josh Currier. Here comes the payoff pitch delivered high. Ball 4, so Chris Myers will get aboard for the first time here today. Jake McCall. Jake McCall steps on. 235 entering the day. He struck out swinging in his first time bat. He's the designated hitter in the payoff spot here today. 409 on base percentage with 6 RBIs to his name. McCall will step in, check back to second before delivering the first pitch. This one will be fouled towards the third base dugout. It gets out of play. The count now 0-1 here to McCall. Still in the top of the 4th. Clouds starting to disappear a little bit over the field now. Blue skies can be seen. Here comes the 0-1. This will be outside. 1-1 now the count. 1 out. 1-0 to score. McCall again. He started on first base yesterday. Scored 3 RBIs yesterday. Also reached via an error. Here comes the 1-1 play. This will be outside. Ball 1 just missing a little bit outside. That one was just a bit. 2-1 the count.
Looked good to me, but now it's a 2-1 count.
Officially yesterday, McCall was 2 for 3. Here's one swung on, tapped right to the shortstop, goes to second for 1, down to first for 2, and that'll end the inning. So the Mariners get their first 2 runners aboard here. But Jake McCall grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. And so that will end the inning with no runs scored on the 1 hit, no errors, and only 1 man left on base. Mariners trailing 1-0 here as Josh Currier will step out for his 4th inning of work as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Leprechauns next will be Ryan Guckey, Adam Furness, and Nick Nybauer. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball here on YouTube. I'll be right back. Josh Courier dropped his first start of the season, so he is 0 for 1 with a 9.81 ERA. Currently on the season, he will be up here for his fourth inning of work to face Ryan Guckey, Adam Furness, and Nick Neibauer. The score 1-0, home team leading. Again, home team in their alternative camouflage uniforms, while the Mariners are wearing their road blues. Ryan Guckin, Adam Furness, Nick Neibauer due up. Ryan Guckin, the left fielder, normally a catcher, hasn't played in the outfield this season yet, but he'll play here in this one. Normally when you hide a man in the outfield, you try to hide him into right field, but they'll put him in left field here, as Guckin 0 for 1 after he flew out to center in his previous at-bat in this game, will reach with the 1-0 lead, as Courier, the left-hander, will be going up against the right-handed batter. Check in here by Courier, your starting pitcher for the Mariners. Here comes the delivery. This will be a little bit low. No, it'll catch the outside corner there. 0-1 the count. 0-1 count. Courier will step on the clay. He will look, gather, and deliver. This will be outside in the left-hander's batter's box. 1-1 now the count. For Guckin, 3:33 entering this day, as this one is inside missing. Hayes will block that one to keep it from getting away. 2-1 now the count. Check in here on the 2-1 for Courier. Guckin with the 3:33 entering this day. Did not play yesterday. 375 on base percentage. Cut on and miss there. Count evens up at 2-2 for Guckin. From Avon Grove, Pennsylvania, attends LaSalle from West Grove High for LaSalle this past year. 43 appearances with 40 starts, hitting .254 with 21 RBIs. Here comes Courier to deliver the 2-2. This one will be popped back and out of play. Looked like ball 3 there, but he didn't want to take any chances on the good movement of that pitch. So 2-2, the count remains. 2-2 delivery. Here comes the swung on, popped, hits the mound, and this will get past Diaz for another leadoff single. So for the 4th straight inning, the leadoff hitter will get aboard, including 3 singles to do that. In the 2nd inning, Adam Pellis reached via the E1. So 3 leadoff singles on the day, and then an E1 allowing for 4 innings. Leprechauns get their first man aboard. Adam Furness now was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat with a chance with the runner at first. He will step in. He'll bat left against Curry, the left-hander. This will be catching the outside of the zone there. 0-1 now the count. Again, Neibauer did not bat yesterday. Correction, this is Adam Furness. He played yesterday, also started on first. Furness was 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. In the 7th, here comes the 0-1 delivery. This one will miss inside. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. For Furness, he attends Bowling Green State University. He's actually from Bowling Green, Ohio himself. He attended Bowling Green High School. For BGSU, though, as a throwback to first here, diving back is Guckin. He gets in time. For Furness for BGSU this past season, had 8 appearances, 1 start, hitting .250, 3 RBIs, and a .250 on-base percentage. For Bowling Green High School, he hit .390 as a senior on his way to a title in the conference. Check swing missing outside, does not go around. 2-1 the count.
Nobody down, runner on first. Leprechauns lead it 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Leprechauns up 1-0 here as we are in the bottom of the 1st. Nobody out, runner on first. Here comes the delivery. This one will miss outside. 3-1 now the count. Courier not having good command. He was hit and miss in his previous outing as well as he is in this one. Again, 6 strikeouts though in his previous outing, so he can find the zone. He's had 3 here already today. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. This one will be swung on, chopped down first base side. Doesn't get very far before it goes foul, and somebody will run out from the Mariners dugout. I believe it was Ryan Stacy grabbed that ball and quickly scampered back to his dugout. 3-2 now the count here as it is full. To Furness, Courier will gather. He'll check back to first and will throw back. Makes the catch there by Spry. So 3-2 now still the count as Guckin got back safely. Check in, the gather. Look back to first and a throw back to first Again to Spry. Count remains at 3-2. Guckin was in standing. At least here in this outing, again, part of the issue when we faced Lima, when we had the 8 errors, did the Mariners, is the 3-2 payoff pitch delivered, misses. And so back-to-back base runners here for the Irish Hill Leprechauns as Furness will draw a walk. Second time reaching base for him today, officially 0 for 0 from the plate. Nick Neibauer struck out looking at his previous at-bat as he steps in, and we'll have a meeting on the mound, including head coach Damon Hacker will come in to have a conversation. They will get somebody up in the bullpen here for the Mariners here as head coach Damon Hacker steps in to talk to his starting pitcher. In case you missed the news, Jacob Burke, the former head coach for this club, who started this season as head coach, he accepted a job down at Central Missouri, and so it was an opportunity he could not pass up there. He had to join the team right away. So Damon Hacker will take over as the head coach for the Mariners, and this is his second game. 0 for 1 is Neibauer, 0 for 1 is Neibauer, who steps in. He's a left-handed batting catcher, as the left-handed Courier will step on, catching the outside corner there, called strike, 0-1. Nobody out. Runner on second is Guckin. Runner on first is Adam Furness, as the Mariners will try to get their first out. Somebody up and getting loose in the bullpen, I believe, for the Mariners here. Here comes the 0-1. Catching that same spot there on the outside corner low. 0-2 now the count here.
Looks like we got someone getting loose down in the Mariners' pen.
Waiting on a catcher, though, to go catch for whoever's getting loose down in the Mariners' pen. Look in here for Courier. He'll gather at the belt, checks back to second. He'll deliver the 0-2. This will be high, ball 1, 1-2. He tried to see if he could get Neibauer to chase the high fastball there. Or actually, really, it wasn't a fastball. It had some movement to it. Looked like maybe his slider there, or maybe a breaking. 1-2. Courier will gather. Check back to second and delivers the 1-2. Swung on. Tapped foul, though, down the first base line, and the count remains at 1-2.
2-1, nobody out here. Leprechauns lead it 1-0.
Guckin had made it all the way to third base before he trots back to second. Furness on first. 1-2 the count here.
Furness at first. Neibauer at the plate.
Neibauer
1-2.
at the plate delivers. This one will catch the outside. And so back-to-back at-bats for Neibauer, where he'll go out looking. He could not see that one spot that on 3 good pitches, catching that outside low corner there. First out away. Neibauer goes down looking for the second time. That'll be the 4th strikeout of the day for your starting pitcher for the Mariners and Josh Courier, as Zach Freeling will step in. The shortstop had an RBI single. His throw to him here is low and in the turf. And throwing back to second, they're going to have him out at second. He thought he was going to get third, got caught halfway. Hayes throws it to Diaz on the 2-4. And so Guckin got caught, and now there are 2 away with a runner at first. That was a 2-6 play on a base running mistake there by Ryan Guckin. So here comes the delivery now on the getaway from Neibauer, from Hayes, as scampering down to second will be Adam Furness. He is now in scoring position with Zach Freeling. So Freeling, the shortstop, RBI single, scoring the only run of the game on that RBI single back in the second. 2 outs. He has a chance now to try to get Adam Furness in. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one will be hit high into left center, running in, making the diving catch, not able to get it to it. So running around and scoring here will be Adam Furness, and the Mariners are trailing now 2-0. Hayden Cart tried to dive in there, but it'll be the second RBI double, and the Mariners think they have a safe lead at 2-0. But if history tells you blowing leads has been the thing for the Irish Hill Leprechauns, they have to hope their starter will get in because their bullpen has not been the most secure. Tommy Toll, the 9-hitter now, flew out to center his last time up with a runner on first and Zach Freeling. Here comes the delivery to him, will miss inside. Hayes will gather this one up after it bounced to him in the turf. 1-0 the count now. 2-0 the score. Both RBIs, both runs driven in by Zach Freeling's bat. Look back to first, and here comes Courier delivering on the 1-0. This one will be swung on, popped back, and out of play. Count goes now to 1-1 with 2 outs, 2-0 the score. Mariners will be looking for the bats to come alive here as they head to the top of the 5th. But first, they've got to get this last out. And Tommy Toole has Courier will look in, left-hander. He will set and deliver on the 1-0. This one will be popped high. Looks like it'll stay in territory. Spry coming over in foul territory. Makes the catch. And that will end the inning. That will end the bottom of the 4th here. We'll head to the top of the 5th. But in this inning, there was 1 run scored on the 2 hits. No errors. The 1 man left on base. Due up for the Mariners to start the top of the 5th will be Joshua Riggs, Justin Diaz, and Hayden Cart. You're listening to Mariners baseball as they trail 2-0 to the hometown Leprechauns. Here on YouTube, we'll be right back. Mariners come back out now, trailing 2-0, leading off this inning for the Mariners. It'll be Joshua Riggs in right field, Justin Diaz at second base, and Hayden Cart, the center fielder. Everybody went up in their first at-bats, and they went down. So now, as Shedlowski steps up, stepping up here now for Sedlowski's 5th inning of work. Again, they try to get as much out of these starters here because once they get to the bullpen, the Leprechauns have not been solid. So with a 2-0 lead, Sedlowski will deliver an inside pitch, missing just a little bit low. Ball 1. 1-0 now the count here to Joshua Riggs. 0 for 1 on the day after he grounded out to short. He's playing right field here today. This one will miss inside, even further inside. The count is now 2-0. Riggs hitting .333 coming into the day with a 500 on base percentage. From Irons, Michigan, attends Alma College. Swung on, missed there on the 2-1. So the count goes 2-1 now here for Joshua Riggs, trying to get something going here to start the inning. Again, first base runner for the Mariners did not get aboard till Evan Spry had a double with 1 out, as this one's low, 3-1. Evan Spry had a double in the 4th inning with 1 out. Then they walked somebody, but then they walked Chris Myers. Jake McCall, though, grounded into a double play to end that inning as here comes the 3-1 delivery. It hits him. And so a leadoff base runner as Joshua Riggs takes a pitch in the back. Justin Diaz now 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging and will step up for Justin Diaz, the Chicago, Illinois native. Attends Illinois State, where he'll be entering his 2nd year, taking a red shirt this past season. Criminal justice major. Did not appear. As I said, he took his redshirt season. He attended Lakeview High before that. 364 as he cuts on and misses here. 0-1 now the count quickly. Diaz playing second base today. When he plays, he usually plays second base. As Riggs will get his leadoff going here. He'll set as a set pitch outside. The count evens up at 1-1. About 400 feet out to center field. They've got a wall out there, though, to keep runners from getting anything low out. So you got to hit them high to get them out here at center field. 380 to the sides, and then down the lines it is 330. Cut on and missed there by Diaz, 1-2. I think he was thinking about tying the game up there with a good swing and knocking it out of the park, but he will go down in the count 1-2. Again, his first hit of the year was a solo solo home run against the Green Giants of St. Clair. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. He'll cut on a miss. He'll go down swinging for the second time today on a ball that was well outside the zone. So there's one away with Joshua Riggs on first. Hayden Cart now, 0 for 1 on the day, will step in. Playing center field here today. He popped up to this catcher and back behind the plate in foul ground in his previous at-bat. Runner on first and Joshua Riggs. Here comes the delivery from Sadowski. Showing bunt, pulls it back. It was called ball high, 1-1. 1-0 the count. 1 out, 2-0 to score. The Leprechauns lead here at home. Mariners trying to find their first hit with a runner on base. This one is swung on, popped high in the air. Coming over is the first baseman and making the reaching catch. There are now 2 away as Adam Furness makes the catch. Looks like it's going to be one of those days, Mariners fans, where they just can't seem, or they seem like they might be able to get them on, but they just can't seem to do anything once they get them on. That's what we faced in Lima for both games, including the second game of the doubleheader as well in Galleon. It might just be one of those days, but still plenty of baseball to play. Got to keep optimistic. Heads up here with R.J. Williams, 0 for 1 on the day, stepping in, playing left field here today. His first start of the year. As this one looks on the outside, ball 1 in the right-hander's bat box. Williams did appear yesterday in a pinch-hitting situation, had no official at-bat. He reached on an error in the 6th as this one is swung on, hit into right field. And so Riggs will head to second. A 2-out single here for R.J. Williams. It'll be his first hit of the year because as in the last game when he had the pinch hitting situation, reached on an error in the 6th that allowed him to get to second on a second error by the same first baseman in Adam Furness. Then he walked in the 8th and 9th. And so he is 1 for 2 now, and also 1 for 2 on the year. Tyson Hayes, the catcher, 0 for 1 will come in now, popped out into shallow right to the second baseman. Making the catch there was Toll. He has a runner in scoring position, though, as he bats right and steps in wearing number 16 is the catcher. First pitch to him, catches the low zone there, 1-0 the count.
0-1, 2 down. Leprechauns lead it 2-0 in the top of the 5th inning.
2-0 your score here as the home team leads over your Grand Lake Mariners. R.J. Williams on first, Josh Riggs on second. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one will miss outside. 1-1 now the count. Mariners with 2 hits in this game, the most recent one coming from R.J. Williams' bat on a single in this inning. Here comes the set, gather, deliver. This one will miss inside. Ball 2, now the count 2-1. For Hayes, he did not play yesterday. He enters this day with a 125 batting average with a 176 on base percentage. 2 RBIs to his name. Swung, checked his swing, but it tipped off his bat. It just tipped off his bat. 2-2. The count now. As it is full up, Neibauer was unable to gather that one in. So the 2-2 count here with 2 outs, 2-0 the score. And there's runner at first and second. So 2-2, 2-2, 2-2 all over the place here. As the delivery here swung on and missed there by Hayes. He'll have the chance to 1. He'll get tagged there though. And so Hayes will strike out here. That'll be the 7th strikeout of the day here for Shedlowski. In this inning, there were no runs scored on the 1 hit. 2 men left on base, no errors. We will now head to the bottom of the 5th. Mariners trailing 2-0 as heading back out will be Josh Courier to face up. Once again, the top of the order due up. Preston Pilot, Joshua Parks, and Max Mahone for the Leprechauns. Thank you for listening. I'll be right back. Josh Courier back on the mound here for his 5th inning of work. He'll do the face up the top of the lineup here. Do up Preston Pilot, Joshua Parks, and Max Mahone. Pilot is 2 for 2 on the day. He was caught stealing, though, in the first on a brilliant throw there by Hayes. So, but 1 for 1 with a couple of singles. Both, by the way, were leadoff singles for Pilot as he gets ready to step in. The umpire had to quickly run off the field to get a drink of water, and he'll step back in now. Here comes Pilot, the center fielder. Wearing number 33 will be batting left against the left-handed hitter. I do believe we will be seeing some action in the bullpen here soon for the Mariners. We will wait, though, to see who it could be. As here comes the gather live from Siena Heights University's baseball field as this one misses the outside just a little bit low there. 1-0 the count here to Pilot. Courier has not been able to get out Pilot yet. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. This will be swung on, popped back. Confident, though, as he pops that one back, 1-1. Again, when you have a guy where you're 2 for 2 off of a guy, you're a little bit confident. You're willing to swing the bat a little bit more, and here he did. He didn't get his barrel to it, though, and now the count 1-1. It's a cool day here in Adrian, Michigan, as this one misses just barely on that part that was called. And again, I'm sure Nick Neibauer's looking at that going, why is it a ball now when I got struck out looking on that very same spot and 3 strikes were thrown there. Here comes the 1-1 up and near the face. That's actually the 3-1. That was the 2-1 pitch. The count now 3-1 here to Pilot. 2-0 the score here. Mariners trailing. They do have 2 hits on the game. Here comes a 3-1 delivery. This will miss and actually hit the inside of the plate to fill up the count at 3-2. Again, for the Mariners, 2 hits today. Not able to score a run, but 6th was where they did a lot of their damage yesterday. Here comes the payoff pitch, fouled off there. The 6th was when they did all their damage, so later innings of this game here, they may be able to chase out Sedlowski and try to get into that bullpen that has not been a strong suit for the Leprechauns. On the second payoff pitch, this one will be swung and into the protective netting here. To the screen, 3-2 the count remains. We do have somebody up and throwing in the Mariners bullpen. I do believe it'll actually be the new pitcher to the team just joining here today, number 37. I can't tell if that's him up or not. So on the 3-2, here comes the delivery, swung on and just fouled back to the backstop. The count remains at 3-2. So it's not going to be an easy out here for Preston. For Josh Courier on Preston Pilot. Again, 2 for 2 on the day is Pilot with a couple of singles. One that led off the game, or one led off the bottom of the first, one that led off the bottom of the third. The 3-2 Courier will set and deliver. Missing just a bit inside, so called a strike earlier in the bat, but it'll be a ball this time, I guess. So 3 times at the plate. Preston Pilot will reach all 3 times. Joshua Parks will now step up 0 for 2 on the day. Mackenzie Hicks up in the bullpen, a sophomore from Troy. He just joined the team here today. Throw back to first to Pilot. He is in safely standing. Parks now steps in 0 for 2. He reached with a fielder's choice and struck out swinging in the first, reached on the fielder's choice in the third. Here comes the first pitch to him. This will misses. Umpire needs to get a little bit more consistent with what he's gonna, if he's gonna call that part on the plate a strike or not, because again, Nick Neibauer had 3 pitches thrown to him there, and they were all strikes, including a strike, one that struck him out looking, and now it's a ball to the both 2 at bats here. 1-0, swung on, hit well, into right, running back is Riggs, and this one will be down at the wall. It will get down. Riggs fumbles with it, rounding here now third. They will wave Pilot home. He will round in, throw to the plate. It'll be not in time. And so, again, the Leprechauns here from first. It'll be an RBI triple there by Parks. And the Mariners trail now 3-0 But again, we haven't seen the bullpen here, which we know in baseball can be a weakness. So if you're a Leprechauns fan not listening to Jacob going crazy over there and you can't, or you're a Leprechauns fan listening to me, this lead is not safe, and it looks like we will have a pitching change here. The day is over for Josh Courier, and we'll get you his final numbers here in a minute. Looks like Mackenzie Hicks will step in. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. Do not touch that dial. So Josh Courier's day is done. However, he's still responsible for the man on third. He went 4 innings, giving up 6 hits, walked 2, and struck out 4. Mariners trailing 3-0. Though it is still early here as far as facing the Leprechauns are concerned. On the year for them, it has been their bullpen that has been the concern. So, and they've blown quite a few leads, so no lead is safe here, including they've given up a couple 6- and 5-run leads. So with Mackenzie Hicks stepping onto the mound, we'll talk a little bit more about him. He just joined the team today, and we'll get the information here on him. He attends Troy. Again, Hicks, a right-handed thrower on the mound, wearing number 37. 5'10", he attends Troy University. He's a sophomore there. He's from Ozark, Alabama. So he's a southeastern boy. Runner on third is still the responsibility of Josh Courier. And Hicks will try to keep him from coming in and making sure that the day just ends with 3 earned runs against Courier. This will bring up now Mahone. 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout to Courier back in the third. He will be trying to drive in that runner from third as Mackenzie Hicks now steps on. Right-handed pitcher will look back to third and deliver. This will be popped right over. No throw to home. The throw will go over to first from Justin Diaz, and the runner will stay at third. There's one away on one pitch on the 4-3 assisted ground out. Tommy Pellis now 0 for 1 on the day, reached on an error by the starting pitcher Courier in the second.
Well, we'll get into you after the runner on third. Courier is on the hook for that. That'll bring up Tommy Pellis.
Again, the score here 3-0. Mariners trailing. 1 out here as Pellis, 0 for 1 on the day, steps in. Catches the high corner there on the outside. 0-1 now the count. Hicks again, his first appearance for the Mariners as he just joined the team, just arrived to get on the bus as this one misses outside low, ball 1. 1-1. Some updates from some scores around the league. Lake Erie Monarchs hold a 1-0 lead over the Lima Locos. They are in a rain delay again there, though. Galleon Graders and Southern Ohio Copperheads also in a rain delay in Athens, Ohio. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This one will miss high to the backstop, and now here comes on the wild pitch. That will score now Parks, and it is now 4-0. So the book now closed here on Hicks. He allowed 4 runs, all of them earned.
Why did I say that? But now it's 4-0.
2 outs here.
2-1 count.
Here comes the 2 out. 2-1 out. Actually, only 1 out here. Scoreboard reads wrong.
Low, now 3-1. And And that'll close the book on Courier. We'll get you
3-1 now the count here from Hicks to Pellis. Here comes the 3-1 delivery. Swung on, hit over to Chris Myers, the shortstop, thrown over to Spry. They will get him. They are now 2 away after the 6-3 assisted ground out. Mariners trailing 4-0. Still plenty of time, though. We are only in the 5th inning. And again, as I've said, no run is safe, or no lead seems to be safe here, because blowing leads seems to be the Leprechaun specialty, which comes when a bullpen is not solid. So Ryan Guckin will step in now, 1 for 2, with a single in the 4th, but he was caught in between 2nd and 3rd. He was caught in the middle of 3rd after he advanced via the RBI single from Freeling. Hicks will deliver the 1-0 as the first pitch misses. This will catch the inside corner there. 1-1 now the count. 2 outs. 4-0. Here comes the 1-1. This will miss outside. 2-1 the count. Batter is Ryan Gunkin, who plays left fielder. Normally a catcher, though, but here today he plays left field. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. This will miss in the turf there. 3-1 now the count quickly to Gunkin. 6 hits for the day for the Leprechauns to just 2 from the Mariners. And it's 4-0 on those hits. This one is swung on, popped. Looks like it will stay in play, running over though, or maybe just gets out of play. No, it stays in play at the fence. Running over was Spry, and the count goes to 3-2 to Hicks. For Hicks to Guckin. Spry was in pursuit of that one, but it went right up against the fence, and he didn't have a chance to make a play on it. Wasn't going to catch up to it anyway.
So now full count.
Count is full.
No, pardon me, it's a 2-2 count on Gunkin.
It's actually a 2-2 count on Gunkin's scoreboard. Read wrong. The umpire corrects the scoreboard. And so Hicks will gather. He has a ball to spare. Here comes the 2-2 delivery. This one will be chopped right back to him. He will gather it, throw it over to first, and they will end the inning on the 1-3 ground out. Mariners now trail 4-0 after 2 runs score on just the 1 hit, which was a triple, no errors, and there was no runners left on base. We will now head to the top of the 6th. The Mariners will be trailing 4-0. 2 up for the Mariners. Once again will be the top of the order in Blake Crossing, Evan Spry, and Chris Myers. We will be right back as Siklowski will return for his next inning of work. So Sedkowski will come out for his 6th inning of work. He will be going up against Blake Crossing, Evan Spry, and Chris Myers, the top of the order for the Mariners. As the Mariners trail 4-0 here in the top of the 6th. Blake Crossing has gone out swinging both times up in the 1st and in the 4th. He'll be looking for his first plate appearance here today. He'll be looking for his first chance to get on the bags here today. Wearing number 10, switch hitter, batting left here against the right-handed pitcher. Here comes the first pitch to him. This one will be fouled off, and it'll go down the 3rd base line and out of play. 0-1 the count. Crossing has had a hard time here against Siklowski, the starting pitcher. He's not been able to see his pitch as well. Here comes the 0-1 delivery to him. This one will be inside and low. 1-1 now the count. Count even at 1-1 here to the 0-2 on the day. Crossing will look. Here comes the miss inside. 1-3, 1-2, 2-1 now the delivery. This will miss outside the count now, 3-1. Count 3-1 here to crossing. He'll step in, a chance here to draw a walk or get a favorable pitch. He'll chop this one right back to the catcher, and he will be caught. It'll go 1-3. Right back to the pitcher there, 1-3. And so 0-3 crossing falls on the day, and Evan Spry will now step up. 2 for 1 with a double back in the fourth. Up in the bullpen now for the Irish Hill Leprechauns. As this one cracks off the bat, right back to the starting pitcher, and over to first, another 1-3 assisted ground out, and 2 away now here for the Mariners in the top of the sixth. That'll bring up Chris Myers, 0 for 1 of the day with a walk back in the first. Number 35, Austin Calpuerto. Calapricho from Toledo, from Maumee, Ohio. The first pitch here misses to Myers, 1-0. Here comes the delivery to him. This one will be hit off the bat, high into left field, and unable to make the catch will be the left fielder, and that'll be a 2-out single here as Guckin, again, a catcher, I guess, couldn't make the play out there in left field, and I guess that's the risk you take when you put a catcher out in left field. It was a close play, but just couldn't get it in his glove, so Jake McCall now comes up 0 for 2. He grounded into a double play in the fourth. He also swung out, looked swinging. This one will catch the outside part of the plate there, strike 1, 0-1 now the count. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. This one misses high, 1-1 now the count. Again, righty still up and warming is Austin Calapricho from Maumee, Ohio. Pins Toledo. 1-1 missing high. 2-1 now the count. There are 2 down. Runner on first is Jake McCall. Alright, it's Chris Myers, designated hitter Jake McCall is in the left-handed batter's box right now. This one will miss high again and outside. 3-1. McCall either going to get something to hit here, or he'll draw a walk, and with two on, it'll give Joshua Riggs a chance. Here comes the 3-1. This one is hit well, high into left field, going foul. Running over is Guckin, unable to make the play there, and so the count is full at 3-2. As McCall not happy with himself on that one, gives himself a couple of taps on the helmet before he steps back in. Count now full at 3-2. 2 down
here, runner on first.
The runner on first is Jake McCall. Here comes the 3-2 delivery. Runner was going. This one will be filed back and out of play. Myers was going on the pitch. About an hour and a half into this game. Count now 3-2, full with 2 outs. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit, swung into the gap, into left center. This will allow here rounding second and heading over to third will be Chris Myers. So it'll be a double here for McCall with 2 outs to bring up Joshua Riggs. Myers to third, McCall on a double there. And so this will bring up Riggs, 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out back in the second. He was hit by a pitch in the fifth, and now here comes the head coach. And this will be the end of the day. First, Sedlowski will step aside and talk about the new pitcher when he comes out. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. So it's the Rocket Man, Austin Calipetro, stepping out. 0 for 0 with no record on the season from Maumee, Ohio, 10th University of Toledo, which is why I called him the Rocket Man. Doesn't have an ERA with 5 1/3 inning pitch. This will be his 3rd appearance on the year. For Toledo, he had 22 appearances with 29 innings pitched, a 3.2 record, 2 saves, and a 3.41 ERA with 38 strikeouts. He has struck out 8 on this season with only walking 2, so he's one of the better bullpen men there. Well, let's see what the little Rocket Man here can do against Joshua Riggs. Again, looking for that last out. For Sedlowski, he is responsible for the runner at 2nd and 3rd. He has gone 5 2/3 innings, allowing 4 hits, only walked 1, and struck out 7. So one of the better starts here for Leprechauns pitching. As again, that has been a real struggle for them in the early goings. The Mariners were looking for their first couple of runs. Here has 2 runners in scoring positions for Joshua Riggs. Again, Joshua Riggs usually a starting pitcher, but he does spend time out in the outfield on days he feels okay enough to go out there and play.
He inherits 2 down and 2 on here with a 4-0 lead, and he'll face Riggs.
So 2 on, 4-0. Here comes the delivery. This will be on the inside corner, low part of the zone there. Strike 1, 0-1. On the throw, Calipetro. Calipetro lost his hat on that throw. Here comes the 0-1 delivery. This will be low. Gets away from the pitcher, but gets away from Neibauer, the catcher, but they're going to hold up and say, don't risk it there, Chris Myers. And so they hold him there. 1-1 now the count. They talked about wanting to be aggressive when they get on the bases. They have had very few opportunities to get on base here today. Would have been an opportunity to show that aggression, though, for the Mariners. That has been their mentality, is they want guys to run when they have the chance. Perhaps it was a little bit too risky there with the 4-0 lead. The 1-1 catches, I guess, the end part of the zone there. I looked a little low to me, but the count will be 1-2 now. As again, this strike zone has been a little bit inconsistent today for both sides. 1-2. The delivery to Riggs. This will be hit well into left field, down the left field line. It will slice foul. That was a good hit, just a little bit too out in front of it there was Riggs, and the count is now 1-2 remaining. With 2 outs, man on second, man on third. 4-0 lead here for the Leprechauns. Mariners trying to find a spark to get back in this as we are still in the top of the 6th. Here comes the delivery. This one will be swung on, popped back and out of play there by Riggs. Staying alive, staying alive. Ha, 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 ha. He's staying alive. 1-2, the count. With nobody up in the bullpen, I would assume it'd be Mackenzie Hicks returning for his 2nd inning of work. Here comes the 1-2 delivery. Checking his swing. Does not go as it's down low. 2-2 now the count with 2 outs. Runner on first, runner on second, runner on third. There is no runner on first. I misspoke. Calipetro will gather. He's a right-handed pitcher to the right-handed batter. Delivers. This one is inside. Actually hit him. Riggs will take the base, and now the bases are loaded. That is Riggs' 2nd time. Oh, I guess they're going to say he didn't try to get out of the way, or they'll say he leaned into it. And now here comes head coach Damon Hacker to argue the call, saying, how do you want him to not take that one? So count will remain at, the count will go to 3-2. Because the rule is in college ball, you have to make an attempt to get out of the way. So the count goes now to 3-2.
So it's a 3-2 count.
I just noticed this. Neibauer, I believe, is wearing his catcher's gear from Bowling Green. It's brown and orange. I don't know how I didn't notice this. And he's wearing a helmet from Bowling Green. So he's wearing his Bowling Green catching gear. Cool for him. Here comes the payoff pitch. 3-2. Chop down. Third base line. It gets fair. Rounding here comes now. Rounding third. It'll be Chris Myers. He will score as well, as it is a 2-out, 2 RBI double here for Riggs. You say, you don't want to give me bases loaded? Fine. I will take 2 RBIs and cut the score in the lead in half. So now it is now 4-2 with Joshua Riggs with 2 RBIs on a double.
Diaz, who struck out swinging twice.
Chris Myers came from third, and Jake McCall came from second. And now Riggs in scoring position. The count 4-2 to 4-2 the score as Diaz will cut on and miss. Again, Diaz just being very aggressive here today. And the book is closed on Shedlowski. He allowed 2 earned runs. Here comes the 0-1. Check back to second at Riggs. Riggs isn't one to run. He acts like he is, and now here comes the delivery. This will be high. Gets away. This will allow Riggs to scamper over to third. No throw from Neibauer as it bounced to him off the backstop. So 1-1 now the count.
Another run to try to climb back into it 90 feet from home.
And now Diaz with a 1-1 count to him. He'll have a chance here to try to drive another run in. But again, he's struck out swinging both times up. Diaz is a very aggressive batter. He loves to swing, and he loves to try to get it out of the park. But the Mariners would just love a hit here. 4-2 score. This one is cut on and missed again. And now the count 1-2. Diaz doesn't show a lot of patience at the plate, but that's also kind of the new form of baseball we're seeing. It's happening in the majors, and kids are doing it too. They want that long ball. Cal Petro looks in on the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the low part of the zone. Diaz does not believe that one. Again, I've seen that pitch called a ball, seen that pitch called a strike. Inconsistent strike zone, strikes again. And so now Justin Diaz will strike out for the 3rd time today. 2-run score on 2 hits, on 3 hits, no errors, and the 1 man left on base. You're listening to Mariners baseball right here. It's now 4-2. They still trail. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up will be Adam Furness, Nick Neibauer, and Zach Freeling. Mackenzie Hicks back out here for his 2nd inning of work. He will be going up against the 6, 7, 8 hitters in Adam Furness, Nick Neibauer, and Zach Freeling. Adam Furness has no official at-bat for the day. He was hit by a pitch in the 2nd. He walked in the 4th. You'll have a chance here against facing Hicks the 1st time. Score 4-2, Mariners on the comeback trail. Swung on, fouled back, out of play. 0-1 now the count.
We'll do it now at
0-1 count now here. To Furness, the gather, the set, and here comes the 0-1 delivery. This will miss outside.
low and outside for ball 1. Now
1-1 now the count. It's that spot that, again, Neibauer must be looking at right now and saying, how is that not strike when I struck out looking there as this one is fouled back and out of play. 1-2 now the count.
That first pitch will be at 7:05. We'll have the coverage for you.
So 1-2 now the count here.
6:45, somewhere in that area.
Well, after we're done here, we'll head back to Salina, Ohio, and then tomorrow we'll head out to Hamilton, Ohio, a little bit south.
That one's low and outside.
Decent part south of Salina, north of Cincinnati. We'll play the Hamilton Joes in a 2-game series down there.
The 2-2 pitch.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit. Diving play there, stopped by Spry. And Hicks, covering at first, will make the catch there to get it in the inning on the 3-1 assisted ground out. One away now here to bring up Nick Neibauer. Struck out looking both times up here today. And he'll be looking for his first time on the bags. But you'll have to get through Hicks first. Here comes the first pitch outside. Ball one. 0-1 now that count here to Neibauer from Hicks. Hicks in his second inning of work. He came in with nobody out, runner on third, and then got 3 outs, but not before a run scored on a wild pitch, but that run accounted to the starting pitcher. This one will be fouled off now the count at 1-1.
Looks like there's a bit of a mist or a fog out in the background here.
The lights are on here at Siena Heights University's baseball field. Still the sun setting, though, behind us. The breeze is nice. It's cooled off, cut on mist there by Neibauer. The count now goes to 1-2. One out, 4-2 the score. Home team leading. Mariners trying to mount a comeback. Hicks delivers the 1-2. This is outside. 2-2. Seeing if they couldn't get Neibauer there to chase. He likes to chase stuff outside the zone. Doesn't get it there. 2-2 the count. Here comes the delivery from Hicks. This will be outside, missing, not where he wanted that one. That was well into the end of the box. Now the count fills up at 3-2. Neibauer will step back in, batting left against the righty Hicks. Here comes the 3-2 delivery. Payoff, swung on and missed. And so for the third time today, Neibauer will go down on strikes. The first time he goes swinging, the first strikeout of the day here for Mackenzie Hicks. That'll bring up Zach Freeling with nobody on base, 2 outs. 4-2, his team leads. Freeling, 2 for 2 with a couple of RBI singles in this previous one. So 2 RBIs on 2 singles. 3-2 the score, or 4-2 the score, with 2 outs, nobody on. Here comes the first pitch to him, misses a little bit low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. With 2 outs, nobody on. Here comes the 1-0. This one missing inside. I guess they're going to give him his base, and I got to imagine head coach Damon Hacker might be fuming about that one, because one of his guys was told he couldn't take his base after being blatantly hit in the side, and this one just scrapes a guy's jersey, and they'll rule him he was hit by a pitch. Tommy Toll will now step in. He's 0 for 2 on the day. 2 outs. This one is high and outside. Great pick there by Hayes to keep that one from getting away. 1-0 the count. He bats from the left against the righty. Check in. Now here comes the 1-0 delivery. This one's low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 now the count here with 2 outs. 4-2 the score. 6 hits for the Leprechauns. 3 hits for the Mariners thus far on the day. This one is swung on well. Diaz making the catch there, though, to keep that one from right field. And that will end the inning on the line out there to the second baseman. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the 1 man left on base. We will now head to the top of the 7th. Mariners trying to continue that comeback. Due up will be Hayden Cart, R.J. Williams, and Tyson Hayes as they trail 4-2. Thank you for listening to Mariners Baseball. I'll be right back. so we return. It'll be Austin Calipetro returning to the mound for his second inning of work. He got the last out, but not before allowing 2 runs from the Mariners. Now Hayden Cart, R.J. Williams, Tyson Hayes, the bottom third of the order, due up for the Mariners, trying to continue this comeback trail. It's only 4-2 now, and trying to chase Calipetro out of this game and get to some of the other parts of this bullpen. Because again, Leprechauns, that has been their kryptonite, is their bullpen and being able to finish out games. So this one is far from over as we enter the last 3 innings of baseball here. In the top of the 7th, it'll be Hayden Cart, 0 for 2 with a couple of pop-outs previously in this game. Cart wearing number 44. He attends Charleston from Grove City, Ohio, he is. This one will be hit into right, but looks like it'll slice just foul. Almost got that one in, and that could have been a nice base hit there for Cart. Right down the line, just slicing foul and then rolling into the bullpen, though, for the Mariners. 0-1 now the count here to Cart, batting right against the right-handed pitcher from Toledo. Here comes the pitch, and this one, I guess, will be called a strike there, even though here looked a little bit low and outside to me, but 0-2 again. Like I said, the strike zone just seems to be getting a little bit inconsistent here now, which happens in baseball. Calling balls and strikes is hard to do. So on the 0-2, Calipetro will deliver. This one will be popped back and out of play behind us here in the press box behind home plate, which, by the way, is my view today. I have to lean over to see most of the left field but it's a nice view. I can see left field if I lean over. All the right field's in view, though. On the 0-2, Calipetro will gather. Cart will deliver. This will be swung on, just tipped back. Just got his bat there on the high heat. Should have let that one go. But now the count 0-2 remains with nobody out as Cart leads off. Cart. Here comes the 0-2. This will be high. And once again, Calipetro will lose his hat on a pitch. That's the second time here that he has lost his hat. 1-2. I guess he's just trying to get a little bit more velocity. Perhaps if he feels like he loses the hat, it takes some weight off his shoulders from his head. And he can throw a little bit harder that way, but you got to keep your hat on. 1-2. This one is hit. It will be stopped there by the second baseman, Toll. But not! The catch will not beat him. As safe as Hayden Cart, just beating out the throw there from Toll to the first baseman, Furness. And so, on a single there, Hayden Cart will have that infield single to lead off this inning. The first time today, the Mariners will, actually second time today, the Mariners will get their leadoff man aboard. The first time they'll lead off with a hit. Joshua Riggs took a hit by pitch in the 5th. That was the only other time they reached. R.J. Williams 1 for 2 on the day with a single back in the 5th. Batting left against the righty here. Here comes the delivery. Running, heading all the way, throw from Neibauer. The bounce is low, gets into center field, so throwing error there by Neibauer. A stolen base there by Cart. And that one. Ball 1. That was ball 1, by the way, in the pitch. As now in scoring position is Hayden Cart. R.J. Williams has a favorable count. Check back here to second before delivering as Calipetro swung on. By the way, for any of you college fans out there knowing the MAC, we've got a Toledo man, a Rocket, on the mound and a Bowling Green guy in the left-hander's batter's box. So we got a little bit of an I-75 battle here. We will see who wins. On the 1-1 now, Calipetro will check, and the little Rocket Man delivers to the Falcons. This one's bunted high, and making the catch, so the little Rocket Man delivers. So popping back out to the catcher there. Williams could not get the bunt low. He popped straight up, and that is the second time we've seen a Mariners batter do that. I believe it was Chris Myers or Blake Crossing who did that previously, where they bunted it just high. So Williams sacrificing sacrificing it out there because having to scamper back will be Cart. First pitch outside low, ball 1, 1-0 the count, 1 out. Runner on second is Hayden Cart. Tyson Hayes, the catcher, 0 for 2 in the righty batter box here, facing Calipetro. Is somebody else warming up in the Mariners pen? Runner goes. It'll be tapped into left field, and this will allow here from second. Hayden Cart will score, and we have a 1-1 ball game on an RBI single there by Tyson Hayes. 4-3, the Mariners are coming back here, and that'll bring up the top of the order. And Blake Crossing 0 for 3 on the day with a couple of strikeouts, swinging into the ground out back in the sixth. Tell you what, I told you guys that it has been holding on to leads that have bit this Irish Leprechauns team, and we're seeing it here as 4-3 the score on the fifth hit of the game for the Mariners. Cut on and missed here is Crossing. That was a little bit low, but because he swung, it'll be 0-1. 7 hits for the Mariners here today already. As the 0-1 is low inside, ball 1. So the Mariners take over in the hit category, but they've only scored 3 runs off of it. They still trail by 1 with only 1 out. Runner on first is the catcher, Tyson Hayes. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This is low and in the turf. Great dig out there by Nybauer. The count now 2-1. With a catcher on base, it's time to mention that head coach Damon Hacker has no problem being aggressive with the catchers running either, because we've got a very athletic Mariners team here. He will run with the catchers if he sees an opportunity. Here comes the 2-1 cut on and miss there by Crossing. Now the count is now 2-2. They actually ruled he just got his bat to it, so it'll be a foul tipped back to the glove. Count remains at 2-2 though. 1 out, 1 man on first, 1-run lead as 4-3 the Leprechauns are trying to hold on here in the 7th. Calipetro will deliver. This one called strike 3, and if I'm Mackenzie Hicks and Parsing, I'm saying, okay, I've seen that called balls, I've seen that called strikes. What is it, ump? What is that area? I'm trying to figure it out, because that area has been called strikes, it's been called balls, it's inconsistent, and it can get frustrating when you're a broadcaster or a fan even. You're trying to figure out the strike zone, because we've seen that called a ball, but I guess it'll be a strike now. So now 2 outs. Checking his swing high, though. He will not go around, and Calipetro loses his hat for the 3rd time in this inning on a throw. He's going to need to bleach his cap after this one as it keeps landing in that red clay. 1-0 now the count here to Evan Spry. 2 for 3 on the day. This one hits off the bat, going into right field. It will get down for a base hit. Rounding second here and heading to third will be R.J. Williams. He slides in there safely. Correction, that's not R.J. Williams. That's Tyson Hayes. And so a 2-out single there for Evan Spry. Runners at the corners for the Mariners to bring up Chris Myers. 1 for 2 on the day with a walk back in the 4th. And the Mariners are in some real good business here. I believe Calipetro lost his hat again on that throw, by the way. I want to keep a counter. You know, if we see him when he comes to Montgomery Field, I'm going to keep a counter. How many times does Calipetro lose his hat? Because he's lost it 3 or 4 times in this inning already. And Calipetro will gather with runner on first, runner at the third. Runners at the corner, swung on, hit into left field. Will slice foul. 0-1 the count here after that foul. Myers steps back in. Calipetro will check bat runner first. Deliver this one hit into center field. A little bit too much air under this, though, as the center fielder runs in, makes the catch. Pilot will get it out, but not before the Mariners score a run. One run scores on the 3 hits, no errors, and the 2 men left on base. We will now head to the bottom in the 7th inning stretch here. Mariners leading by 1, and we will talk about the possible new pitcher, but I believe it will still be Hicks returning to the mound. No, it'll be a new pitcher returning the mound. We'll talk more about him when he comes up. He'll be facing Preston Pilot, Joshua Parks, and Max Mahone when he comes out. We'll talk about the new pitcher momentarily. Thank you for listening here on YouTube. So, new pitcher on the mound here for the Mariners. Third pitcher of the day, but before we talk about him, we'll just get you the final numbers here. Mackenzie Hicks went 2 innings, didn't allow a run. He didn't allow a hit. He struck out 1, and he did not walk anyone. For Jordan Beek here, the new man on the mound, 0 for 1 with a 7.20 ERA in 5 innings pitched. This will be his 3rd appearance on the mound. He attends the Findlay. He's from Millbury, Ohio. Beek here will now step in to face his first batter. Here comes the lefty-righty matchup. His left-handed batter has this one missing. Ball. Preston Pilot, top of the order. He is 2 for 2 with a walk in the 5th as well. So he's been up 3 times to the plate, and he's gotten on all 3 times. So here comes the one from Beek here. This will be popped back into the screen. 1-1 now the count. For Beek here, again, as mentioned, he attended Findlay. He has 18 appearances with 3 starts, a 39 and a third inning pitch with a 4.58 ERA, 3-0 on that season. 1-1 swung on and missed there by Pilot. He is now down to the hole, 1-2, and Beek here may be the first pitcher to try to get him out. Here comes the 1-2 delivery from Beek here, wearing number 15. Swung on and missed. And Pilot will go down swinging. So 1 up, 1 down here for Beek here, the right-hander. And so that'll bring Joshua Parks up. He had an RBI triple back in the 5th. Other than that, he's been 1 for 3 on the day. But he is right now credited with the winning run. Or actually, correction. He is not credited. He tied. He would be the 3rd run scored, the 4th one, as he cuts on and misses here. Go down in the hole, 0-1. The final run scored, which was Joshua Parks. Also, he scored on a wild pitch. So he scored the 3rd run. He drove the 3rd run in, and then he scored on a wild pitch for the 4th run. Checks his swing. They will not appeal. It was low. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. Beek here with 9 strikeouts to his name. Only 2 walks thus far. Actually 10 if you count the one here from today, which I'm sure you will. Here comes the delivery. This one will be hit. Spry cannot get his glove to that one, so it'll get into the hole, into right field, and that'll be a 1-out single there for Parks. And that'll bring up Max Mahone, 0 for 3 on the day, grounded out in his most recent at-bat to second. And then he struck out in the 3rd. 4-3. Leprechauns on top. Only by 1, though. Beek here trying to defend this lead as Mahone will wait. He bats left against the righty. Or correction, bats right against the righty.
As Beek here comes to set. The first pitch to Mahone is outside of
Outside missing, ball 1. The 1-0 count here now to Mahone from Beek here. He will set on the clay. He will deliver. Runner goes. The throw down to Diaz. In time, but it gets past him. It'll get into center field. So it did not get deep, but Parks will get a stolen base there. If Hayes' throw was a little bit higher, it would have been a caught stealing, and he knows it because that throw was well in time. On this day in sporting history, in 1982, Pete Rose becomes the 5th ever player to appear in 3,000 games. 1982, June 20th. This one, the 1-1 popped back and out of play. Count now 1-2. Runner at second now in Parks after the stolen base off his single.
But now a big insurance run, standing 90 feet from.
And Beek here will try to pitch around now as the Mariners try to get back in this game. They're only trailing by 1 on 3 unanswered runs. Check back here to second. Beek here will deliver the 1-2. This will be inside. Ball 2. 2-2 now the count.
Tommy Pellis waits on deck.
On this day in 2013, the Miami Heat beat the San Antonio Spurs to win the NBA Finals with a final score of 4-3. That was LeBron's 2nd NBA title. 2-2 delivered, cut on and missed. And Mahone will go down swinging. Tommy Pellis now 0 for 2 on the day, reached on an error in the second, otherwise he'd be 0 for 3. With 2 outs, runner on second, Beek here will face the right-handed batting Pellis, and it'll be the right-handed throwing Beek here. Get you some updates from scores around the league, but first we'll wait for the first pitch here from Beek here. Checks back to second. He will deliver on the first pitch. Just missing high and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. I mean, just missing. I mean, could be called a strike just missing. In the top of the fifth, the Lake Erie Monarchs have a 2-0 lead over the Lima Locos in Lima, Ohio. The 1-0 missing low. 2-0 now the count. The Southern Ohio Copperheads have a 1-0 lead over the Galleon Graders at home. That game is under a rain delay right now. Cincinnati Steam have a 4-2 lead over the Hamilton Joes at home in the bottom of the 7th. And top of the 6th, the Muskegon Clippers. This one is high and missing. 3-0 the count now. Now they've got to give Pellis something to swing at, or they'll walk him, and that'll bring up Guckin. 1 for 3 on the day, but Tommy Pellis 0 for 2 on the day currently. Here comes the 3-0. Catching the inside of the plate on the high corner there, 3-1. Top of the 6th, Muskegon Clippers and Richmond Jazz tied at 4. And later on today, the Lake Erie Monarchs and Lima Locos will have a second part of their doubleheader, as they're in the top of the 5th in their first game, tied 2-0. Time called here quickly by the ump, and now 3-1 still the count. Runner on second with 2 outs. Score 4-3, Mariners trailing by 1 to the Little Leprechauns of the Irish Hills. 3-1 the count. Here comes the check back to second and the delivery. Strike 2, catches the outside corner on the low part of the plate. The count is full. That was a great pitch there just to find that spot from Beek here. He may want to try to go there again, see if he can't get Pellis to reach. Check back to second. Does a triple take. Payoff pitch. Just a little bit inside and high. Ball 4, so they'll walk Pellis. So runner on second in Joshua Parks. Runner on first in Tommy Pellis. Brian Guckin. He had a single back in the 4th, but other than that, he's 1 for 3. As Guckin, the left fielder, steps in. A look here. Check back to second from Beek here. He'll deliver to the righty-batty. This one will be in the outside. Ball 1, 1-0 the count. That was only the 3rd walk issued here by Beek here. And now he'll try to get his 12th strikeout of the year here. But on the 1-0 delivery, he misses inside, 2-0. Now he'll just settle for a ground ball, anything, even a high fly ball. Anything. Any sort of out would end the inning, and Beek here will walk away unscathed. Here comes the delivery. Swung on and missed there on the 2-1. Great pitch to the outside corner. Might have been thinking a couple RBIs to his name on that one. Possibly even a home run. But he misses. 2-1 the count. Check back to second. He'll do his 3 looks and deliver. This will be outside and low. 3-1 the count. Get you some updates from around the majors as the 3-1 count here. Again, White Sox lost to the Indians in Cleveland today, 12-0. Mariners of Seattle. This one's tapped over to the third baseman. Crossing, can't struggle it. And now throw to third to get the force out there, as I believe they thought that Crossing might have been able to get that one gathered up, but Chris Myers comes in to grab it. And Crossing goes back to third base. They toss it over him. So in this inning, on the 6-5 assisted ground out, there were no runs scored on the 1 hit. No errors. 2 men left on base. 1 left on base, correction. We will now head to the top of the 8th. Mariners try to complete a comeback here with 2 innings to do it. Might be Calipetro, might be someone else coming out to the mound. We'll talk about it here as due up Jake McCaw, Josh Riggs, and Justin Diaz for your Mariners. 4-3. Do not touch that space bar. Pause it. Leave the menu. Anything else, I'll be right back. So we return here now to the top of the 8th. It'll be Jake McCall, Joshua Riggs, and Justin Diaz due up here for the Mariners to face Austin Calipetro, the Toledo man. Jake McCall, he is 1 for 3 with a double back in the 6th. He'll be looking to repeat that here, try to get on base here to start the inning. Here comes Calipetro to deliver right down the center of the plate there. Strike one. 0-1 the count. 4-3 the score here. 8 hits for the Mariners as he looks at this one low and in the turf. Ball one. 1-1 now the count. 4-3 the score. 8 hits for the Mariners, 7 for the home team. 1 error credited to the Mariners as well. That was on the starting pitcher, Courier. 1-0. Outside. 2-1 now the count. Nobody on because we just have our first batter of the inning. Jake McCall, the designated hitter, plays first base as well when he's not DHing. As the 2-1 delivery to him. Missing high, and hat loss number 1 here for Calipetro. He's really gonna have to like send that hat through the wash, scrub it down with bleach because he's just landing all over in that red clay. As 3-1, maybe he needs to tighten the hat. Actually, I think it's a 3-1 missing outside. It'll be a leadoff walk here for McCall to bring up Riggs, who almost was hit by a pitch, but they called it back because they said he didn't try to get out of the way of it. So then he decided he was going to knock in 2 runs with a double with 2 outs. He is 2 for 1 on the, or he's 1 for 2 on the day. He was hit by a pitch back in the 5th. This one will be swung on, popped back and into the screen. 0-1. Runner on first and Jake McCall. Red Sox and Twins tied in Minneapolis at 1. In Houston, the Astros have a 0-0 tie. It's cut on and missed here. 0-2 now quickly to Riggs. Astros and Rays tied at 0 in the top of the 4th in Houston. Calipetro will check back here to first on the 0-2. He will set and deliver. Cut on and missed here by Riggs. Riggs will go down swinging. It'll be his first time striking out today, and Calipetro will get his 3rd strikeout. That'll bring up Justin Diaz, 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on the day. 2 of them swinging, 1 of them looking.
Justin Diaz has struck out 3 times, twice swinging. The most recent
Mets and Rockies at a 3-1 game in favor of the New York Mets in Colorado. Phillies beat the Cardinals in Philadelphia 4-3. First pitch to him, catches the outside corner, 0-1. Cubs beat the Dodgers 4-0 here today. In the College World Series, Arkansas beat Texas Tech in a double elimination game. They'll advance. And Oregon State currently holds a 3-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd over the UNC Tar Heels. Here comes delivery. 0-1 missing. Ball 1. 1-1 now the count. So 1-1 the count. With runner on first, 1 out. 4-3 the score. Leprechauns still trying to hold on to that lead. This one missing outside. Nybauer does a good job to pick that one and make sure that he can contain McCall there at first. In case you're wondering about the wheels for McCall. He does not have a stolen base yet on the year. 2-1. Here comes the delivery. This will be outside, missing, 3-1. Justin Diaz trying to draw the second walk of the inning and try to get on base for the first time today. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. But he's a man who loves to swing, but he's being patient here, and if he gets something he likes, he will swing. I can guarantee you that. Calipetro will set, deliver on the 3-1, inside, ball 4. So now runner on second and first, McCall and Diaz. Hayden Cart, 1 for 3 on the day with a single and a stolen base. Back in the 7th will step in as the Mariners are in business here with 1 out in the 8th inning. Much like yesterday's game, today's game started off really quickly. They hit the ground running. Very quickly they got through the first 3 or 4 innings, and then it kind of slowed down. Here comes the first pitch. Swung on pretty well. Deep into center left. Going back, making the catch will be the center fielder. And there are now 2 away as Pilot makes the catch. Woo, was that one smoked, and wow. So close there for Cart to take the lead for the Mariners.
I couldn't tell there where it was going.
But on the F8, R.J. Williams will now step up 1 for 3. 1 for 3 will be R.J. Williams with a pop out back in the 7th. He's had a single in the 5th. He'll be trying to get his second base hit of the year and on the game. Check back to second here. Here comes the delivery. This will be high, missing, ball 1. And so, for Williams, runner in first, runner at second. Runner at first is Diaz, drew a walk. McCall drew a walk. The 1-0 count here to Williams. This will be swung on, tipped back, 2-0. 1 and out. There are 1 and 1. There are 2 outs. 4-3 your score. As the sun continues to set, small haze in the background, maybe some Mr. Fog starting to form. When we drove back to Salina yesterday, we drove through some fog closer to home. Here comes the 1-0 deliver. The 1-1 actually catches the outside of the plate. Called a ball earlier. We called a strike now. It was also called a strike earlier. It's been called balls and strikes. It's a guessing game up here, folks. 1 and 2 now the count here to Williams.
Looks like it might be Axel Buter out in the pen.
There's a righty or lefty up in the bullpen for the Leprechauns. Swung on and missed there by Williams. Losing his hat. Doesn't matter. Williams will go down swinging. And that will end the inning here for the Mariners. They get 2 on, but they abandon them. There were no hits, no errors, no runs scored. We will now head to the bottom of the 8th. Here, due up for the Leprechauns, it will be Adam Furness, Nick Nybauer, and Zach Freeling. Jordan Beek here will return to the mound here for the Mariners. Do not go anywhere. I'll be right back. Jordan Beek here back on the mound here for the Mariners as they trail 4-3. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Adam Furness, Nick Nybauer, the Bowling Green duo, followed by Zach Freeling, step up. 0 for 1 Furness. Furness 0 for 1 on the day. He's walked and been hit by a pitch in his 2 at-bats. And so he will get this inning going for the Leprechauns. Beek here will be trying to get him out. It'll be the first time he faces Furness here for the day. Wearing number 15. Freeling again with a 0.43 batting average coming into this day. Or correction, Neibauer.
Looks like we have double barrel action now down in the
Adam Furness actually the first guy up, as I catch where I am. First baseman steps into the left-handed backs, going up against the right-handed pitcher. Here comes the delivery. This will be just a little bit low, I guess. Ball one. 1-0 the count. Here comes the delivery. This will be inside on the corner there, low. Catching. 1-1 now the count. Beak here will gather his grip. He will set and deliver the 1-1. Strike two. 1-2. As that's called a strike. And again, that I believe was called a ball earlier. I'm trying to figure out the strike zone. It's been inconsistent, which is frustrating as a player, as a fan, as this one is inside. 2-2. Got very, very close to Furness being the second time he might have been hit. So 2-2 now the count, though. Furness with an evened up count. Beaker will gather and deliver the 2-2. This one will be high and inside. Ball three. The count is full. Beaker got a 1-2 count to begin, and now he's thrown two straight balls, having that favorable count to risking walking. Here comes the payoff. Swung on, popped back, and out of play past the press box. That'll be 3-2. The count remains 4-3. The Leprechauns lead here at the Siena Heights baseball field. Sun is disappearing. The lights may just be reflection at this point. Here comes the payoff. Swung on, popped high, back, and out of play. It's 9:15. The sun has pretty much disappeared. The lights, though, here are pretty strong, so we can see in Siena Heights University baseball field. Mariners trying to get back in this game. They're trailing 4-3. They've scored 3 unanswered runs at this point, but they are playing defense right now to the Leprechauns with Furness. Beaker will gather and deliver. Popped over to Spry on the first base, picks it up, and he will go unassisted to throw out Furness. The unassisted ground out there. There's one away to bring up Nick Neibauer, 0-for-3 with 3 strikeouts. He struck out looking in the second, the fourth, and then swung out in the sixth. Batting left will be the catcher here today. He enters this day hitting 167 with a 4.44 on base percentage. Drove in an RBI. 40 appearances at Bowling Green this past season with 23 starts. Here comes the delivery from Beaker to Neibauer. This will be swung on and foul as it dribbles down the third base line. 0-1 as we go. There are some people up, double barrel action warming up in the bullpen for the Leprechauns. Talk more about them if they come into the game. As the 0-1 delivered, this will be a little bit low and in the turf. Ball one. 1-1 that count. 1 out, nobody on. Second batter here in the second inning of work here for Jordan Beaker. Here comes the 1-1 delivery. This will be low. 2-1 now the count. Count 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike, of course. Here comes the delivery here from Beaker on the 2-1. Popped high and crossing, going into foul territory. Will make the catch. There are now 2 away on the pop there in foul territory to the third baseman. Zach Freeling, 2 for 2 on the day, was hit by a pitch in the 6th that just barely grazed his jersey. With 2 RBIs to his name on a couple of singles in the 2nd and 4th. See what he can do with nobody out, with nobody on, nobody at, with 2 outs. Beaker on the clay. He will gather and deliver. Catching the outside low corner there. Strike 1, 0-1 the count. Two outs, nobody on. Beaker will deliver the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Tried to hold up, but clearly went around. Didn't even appeal there. It'll be 0-2 now. Here will look in for his sign. He will gather his grip in his glove. He will step and deliver. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Down goes swing. Swinging will be Freeling. It'll be the first time he doesn't reach here today. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, no men left on base as the Leprechauns go in order. It's a save situation. We'll see who comes in to try to get the save, but the Mariners will be looking to try to come back in, only trailing by 1 in the top of the 9th. We will go. Thank you for listening. I'll be right back. So it'll be Calipetro returning to the mound to try to finish this one out here. The Mariners have 3 outs to try to tie this up and or take a lead. We have a defensive change. Gunnar Rainey will go out now into left field. He will replace Ryan Guckin, who's a catcher. I guess they don't want to risk anything out there, so they'll make the change. As Tyson Hayes, Blake Crossing, and Evan Spry will be your man up here for the Mariners. Tyson Hayes, 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI single back in the 7th. He'll be trying to get this inning going here, getting on base. Has the Mariners trailing 4-3. They have 8 hits. Here comes the delivery. This will be catching the plate just right there. 0-1 now the count here quickly to Hayes. And of course, Calipetro would love to finish this game out. There is somebody warming up in the bullpen for the Leprechauns, actually a couple of them. But he wants to finish this one out. He says, I want to get this one for me. Here's the 0-1 hit right to the shortstop, and Freeling thrown over, and that'll be 1 away, 2 outs to go. On the 6-3 assisted ground out play there, we head back to the top of the order. Blake Crossing 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Would love an opportunity. Would love this opportunity here. There is no time but the present. Gotta have a short memory as a baseball player, and so he will try now with 1 out, nobody on, to get aboard. Here comes the delivery to him. Missing outside. It's been a pitch we've seen called both ball and strike here today. Missing, though, outside this time, 1-0. With 1 out, nobody on. Score 4-3. Leprechauns trying to close it out here. Here comes the delivery. This will be hit well into left field, but will slice foul, go into the Leprechauns bullpen. 1-1, the count evens up now. After Blake Crossing, it'll be Evan Spry, and if either one of them can reach, it could be Chris Myers after that. In the on-deck circle is Evan Spry. 1-1 now here to Crossing. Holds his swing up there. Called the ball. 2-1 now. Looked a little bit low and outside there. 2-1 Crossing. Batting left, of course, against the right-hander. He's a switch hitter, so he'll bat based on the pitcher. Here comes the 2-1 delivery. This one will be hit well into left field, but making the catch will be Gunnar Rainey, and there are 2 away. Mariners are down to their last strike. Evan Spry due up now here. He is 2 for 4 on the day. He'll be the last hope for the Mariners. He struck out in the first, had a double in the 4th, grounded out in the 6th, and a single in the 7th. He'll be batting left, going up against the man on the mound, and Calipetro will be trying to get this one. Here comes the delivery. This one will be high outside, ball 1. If this score were to hold up, it would be Josh Courier being granted a loss, his 2nd one of the year, and Mitch Sedlowski will be granted the win going 5 2/3 inning. Here comes the delivery to him. Misses just a little bit low. 2-0 now the count. With 2 outs, nobody on. 4-3 your score.
With the left-handed batter, I can't see as much as home plate from where the umpire
Evan
is set up.
Spry.
Here's the 2-0.
2-0.
There's a strikeout.
This will catch the plate there. 2-1 on the outside corner. Evan Spry hitting .333 with a .429 average on base percentage coming into this game.
Waits for 2-1 from Calapetro.
Here comes the 2-1 delivery from Calapetro. This will miss low. Ball 3. Spry very patient at bat here, trying to get aboard with 2 outs. And if he were to reach, it'd be Chris Myers. Here comes the gather on the 3-1. Delivered. Swung on and missed. Couldn't hold up with Spry. So we are full. He knew he shouldn't have swung at that one. You could see it in his reaction. But he fills up the count as he chases the high heat. 3-2 with 2 outs. Nobody on. Mariners are down to their last strike with the 4-3 lead. Here comes the delivery. This will be swung high into left field, going foul, but running over, making the play will be Rainey, and that will end the game. So the Mariners split the series here in the Irish Hills of Michigan. They will now fall to 500 again at 5-5 on the year. Mitch Shedlowski will walk away with the win, and Josh Courier will go away with a loss. We'll step aside right here. When we come back, we'll have Mariners Player of the Game and final remarks. You're listening to Mariners Baseball right here on YouTube. So Leprechauns advancing to 4-7 on the year here, so they've still got a long ways back to go. Mariners will fall to 5-5 on the year. Losing pitcher here today will be Josh Courier. He'll fall to 0-2. Mitch Sedlowski will advance to 2-0 on the year. And so that will be that for the pitchers. Courier went 4 innings, allowing the 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, struck out 4. If you were to have to name a player, it'd be of the game for the Mariners. Not a lot of production on the bases, decent amount of hits, but if you had to name a player of the game, you probably would have to name Joshua Riggs with the chance there. He scored, got the Mariners on the board first with a 2 RBI double with 2 outs. He reached base twice after being hit by a pitch, so he was 1 for 3, but he reached base twice in 4 plate appearances. And he will be my player of the game for this one. So the Mariners lose this game 4-3, and that will just about conclude my broadcast here today. But before I say goodbye, I'd like to send out a couple of thank yous. First, I would like to thank the Grand Lake Mariners staff for allowing me to broadcast their entire 42-game season. Particularly, I would like to thank Kevin McGowan, the GM of the Mariners, for signing me on for this internship and allowing me to be with the team and getting my internship credit. I would also like to thank my host family, as well as every other host family, for opening up their homes to the Mariners team and staff, sharing meals, providing places to sleep, being so hospitable to each and every member of the team. Thank you guys so much. Lastly, I would like to thank each and every person involved here for the Great Lakes Summer Leagues, both for the Mariners, also for the Leprechauns, which thank you for providing me a place to broadcast, providing traveling accommodations, and everything that goes into making this season possible. Well, tomorrow the Mariners will still be on the road against the Hamilton Joes at about 7:05 first pitch time for that. I'll have all the play-by-play action right here on YouTube. And once again, the final score here is 4-3. Leprechauns winning away with this one over your Mariners. I'm Donovan Mann, your voice of the Grand Lake Mariners. Have a wonderful night, and go Mariners.